I'm stuck on the fact that people don't want to see you progress.
Wow.
I'm stuck on the fact that your own people want to see you not progress because maybe they didn't progress as fast as you progress. Or they don't see your vision.
Wow.
So you have to wait. Guess I'm on my way.
What up, what up? It's your boy G6 Visions by G6. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, God is good, God is great. I hope you woke up and said thank you. This is Stuck on This Podcast.
All right.
What you stuck on?
Man, I'm stuck on happiness, man.
Is it the past?
Yeah.
Is it the future? Or is it right now?
Man, I'm stuck on a lot of things, you know. That's just my personality. But at the end of the day, man, I'm stuck on life, man. I'm stuck on, life.
Heard that. Without further ado, I would love to introduce my guest. As he just so ready to, fire off. But I spoke it into existence. I said he was going to be on the show, and he is on the show. He's in the flesh, blessing us with his presence. This guy's a father, mentor. I had the pleasure of working with him, and
still do.
Phenomenal.
Awesome.
He's a phenomenal person, comedian, producer.
Man.
Come on, man.
Come on, you give me
Y'all
some flowers.
give it up. Y'all give it up for my boy.
Flowers.
Stacy Cash.
Flowers.
What's
I
up, my
appreciate
guy?
you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
What's up,
real, man? I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm glad to see what you're doing.
Man.
It's a long time coming. I'm waiting,
Definitely.
To see you do your thing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Happy to be here to embrace what's going on. So yeah, man, I appreciate it, man.
Hey.
You got me stuck on this couch for about at least an hour, so we're gonna figure it out.
I'm just happy that you were able to bless us with your presence, man, because I know everybody got things to do, got places to go.
Facts.
So you're blessing us, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, most definitely.
So I like to always start from the very beginning, and tell us where you're from, where you was born and raised, and how was it growing up there.
So originally I was it's about if you ever heard of the CQT, it's about 4 galaxies out. It's a planet.
I know you.
Nah, I'm actually from Rochester, New York, fam.
Okay.
Born and raised. I'm from upstate New York, Rochester, New York. I've been a lot of places, man, but that's my home. I represent that all day, twice on Sunday.
Right.
But I've been around. But born upstate New York, man. So it's a difference between when people say New York is a difference. It shouldn't be, but that's just the way the world is. So there's a difference between upstate New York and between with New York City. So you got New York City where you have the boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, and what have you, and like Long Island, Staten Island. Upstate you got more or less Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester.
Okay.
Actually my city, and I hate to say it, but my city is I think we're the 3rd biggest city in the state.
Really?
Yeah, but where the crime rate is crazy. Like we're at the top of the crime rate of the whole per capita, the whole state.
Right.
But we only got about 200 something thousand, maybe close to 300,000. It's rough, small city. But we got some. My city, I'm kind of proud of my city. Actually, home of Kodak, Eastman Kodak. So if you ever take pictures, that's where I came.
It's definitely on my bucket list though. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been to New York.
Yeah,
my girl is from New Jersey. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought
she's
she's from
from
Louisiana. But yeah, so you got the home of Kodak, Xerox, my home of the garbage plate. And if I'm serious, if your viewers ever Google,
I never.
Yeah, it's such thing called a garbage plate. It's world renowned. It's from Rochester, New York.
Right.
A lot of celebrities. I can name a few. Maybe that's from Rochester. That you probably wouldn't know. John Jones, the MMA fighter from Rochester.
Okay.
The wrestler China was from Rochester. Rest in peace. You had Rod Sterling from the Twilight Zone, the
Yeah,
guy who used to
yeah.
talk on the Rochester, from Rochester, New York.
Wow.
You got Chuck Mangione. He's a jazz player. He has a song called "I Feel So Good." It's very good. From Rochester, New York. Tyson Beckford, if I'm not mistaken, he's from that area. If there's not the suburbs of Rochester, New York. And what's my guy from Stella Got a Group at? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you talking about the main actor, right?
Yeah. I want to say Omar Epps, but it's not Omar Epps.
It's not him. I don't know.
But
I forgot his
he's from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm from Rochester, New York. Vendetta the Dawn, alias Stacy Cash.
Okay, because I was today years old when a bodega was a corner store, right?
Yeah, that's not our gig. That's New York City.
That's New York City?
We call them corner stores.
Y'all call them
Puerto
corner
Rican
stores too?
store.
Because I don't know.
Bodegas,
Let me know.
Yeah, so bodegas is more or less it's a corner store.
Right.
Bodegas, back in the 80s, the 70s, before a lot of Middle Easterns start buying up the corner stores and whatnot. Because now, if you go to my hometown, you go to New York, a lot of the the Middle Easterns, we call them Arab stores. No disrespect, but that's just what we would call them. It's the Arab stores. It used to be just Puerto Ricans or Dominicans used to have a corner store. You had some blacks who had corner stores, but the majority was the Puerto Ricans, and so they would call them bodegas. And you go to the bodega have everything you want in the bodega. You'll go in there and it'll look like we got one box of rice, whatever. A cat sitting on the bread, you know what I'm saying? Poppy in the back talking, they back there making sandwiches, they got beans and rice, bodega. Everybody knew the bodega. But we don't have those.
We call them corner stores.
Yeah, they're corner stores. We call them too. We call them the Arab. We call them where I'm from. We call them the Arab store. Or when we want to get a sub, a chopped cheese, a cheese, like your man on TikTok. Hey, well, I can help you, Aki, the Aki way. We say we're gonna get an Arab steak sub. We're gonna get some chicken wings from the Arab store. No disrespect. That's just what it's called. Okay. But yeah, so that's a difference between upstate and New York City. We don't call them bodegas,
my bad.
So yeah,
no disrespect.
No. It's just different type of vibe. That's all it is, So yeah.
I can't imagine.
A lot of snow.
Yeah, like it's very cold out there.
Versus the city, because we're close to Canada.
So when did you move? Like when you made that transition? Like when you moved out here?
Here, where we are right now,
Yes,
here in the ATX?
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, in 2 days, it'll be my 7th year anniversary. I believe we got here on the 5th of March, 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. Today's actually, me and my wife got married. Today's actually my wedding anniversary. So once we wrap this up, most definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Once we wrap this up, we're going to go do something, maybe just going to have some fun, just hang out. But yeah, so yeah, we got married, me and my wife, we got married and we moved out here. So it's been actually about to be 7 years.
That's amazing.
7 years. Yeah, and it flew by, bro. It actually flew.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I like to, because I know that you're a father, correct?
Oh man, most definitely.
How many kids?
10 kids in total.
10 kids?
Well, but I have to break it down. So
10 kids?
I have 5 that came out of me.
Right.
I've been married 3 times.
Okay.
This is my 3rd marriage.
Okay.
So between me and my wife right now, we have 2 together. Amazing. She has 2. I claim stepkids.
Okay.
Especially if I raise them. So I raised them, and then my wife beforehand, we had 1, but she had 3.
Okay.
And then I have 5 of my own. So between the 2 marriages I had with children, stepchildren, 5 and 5 is 10. And I raised them all.
Wow.
Never been on child support day in my life.
Wow.
And that's something people
Many can't say that.
Yeah. No, that's a fact.
Many cannot say that.
And it ain't because I was running away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just, I've always handled my business, you know what I'm saying, and did what I needed to do. Some situations with my older children, I was young, so I wasn't in their lives, wasn't in there to be able to raise them properly.
Right.
I got some animosity right now with my oldest son. He's 30. He's going to be 30 in March. My oldest daughter is 30. So yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been trying. My youngest right now is 6, Yeah, I got 8-year-old, 2 14-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 22-year-olds. It's crazy. When I tell people I got 30-year-olds, they look at me like 30.
What?
Yeah, 30-year-olds.
That is amazing, though. That's a blessing, man.
Man, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm new to the whole parenting thing. I'm going to ask every
Congratulations.
single person that come on this podcast, hey, I need advice.
Congratulations.
If I act like I know everything, something is wrong.
Nah, man, you learn from what you go through.
I'd rather hear from, from real people and that's been doing it for years or, for a year or two. I have 2 kids alone, bro. Like, I commend y'all. So what was it like to have your first kid? Like, what was your emotions and what was the,
Our first child. Man, you know what? It's crazy to say I was a late bloomer. If you looked at my demographics and what was going on around me at the time, I have a lot of friends who had kids before me. I had my first child when I was 18, going on 19. But you had, especially a lot of females was having kids early. That was back when, that's the way the government set things up. But we're gonna get away from that right now.
That part.
So I was kind of shocked, But my first, I'm gonna be honest with you, my first time a chick told me she's pregnant. I would have had 3 kids at one time, and because I was a knucklehead, I was running around. But if I can be honest, I want to be totally honest with you when you ask these questions.
Please do.
So my first experience, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it was my child.
Same reaction.
I don't know if you didn't believe it was your child. Or you
not believing my child.
You believe that it happened. Because
baby
I was doing so much and nobody never said they was pregnant by me, and then all of a sudden,
exactly, that was
you pregnant. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it wasn't a woman that I was in a relationship with.
Got you.
So it wasn't like maybe most people. We're having a baby. Oh my God! Like, it wasn't that. It was more or less like, nah, we gotta get a test on that. It just was what it was,
That's real though.
And but I didn't not like stun on them or act it's just in the back of my mind, like, nah, okay, we're gonna figure this out. But for right now, I got you, I look out for you. But the dynamic of the relationship with my first child's mother and my son's mother, it wasn't the thing that people dream of, or the relationship. Oh, we're gonna have a kid. It was more like, oh Lord, because she already had like 7 kids already. It was like,
wow.
So my experience is not everybody. That's why I was like, that's why I was like,
totally.
I was like, you sure? Like, And sometimes you actually know.
Right.
You can tell by the whole interaction of things sometimes that maybe that could be a possibility just because of the interaction. So,
I mean, because when I had mine,
excuse me.
When I had mine, like I said, I couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief. I was like, oh my God.
It was more in belief of like,
are you
serious? Or more or
that
less
type of thing. Like,
nah.
No. Not like, no. It was like, oh my God, I'm having a child. It's for me. I know it's for me. And it's like, okay, this is a brand new thing. So I don't know what to think. My mind is spinning and my mind was going. I was like, bruh, what you got? I went straight to the HEB. I got a pregnancy test just to make sure.
Let's do it again.
She already had one. She already had one pregnancy test. So I was like, okay, I need to go get like 2 more.
We want to figure this out. We're gonna make sure this is what it is.
I gotta make sure it's accurate.
So let me ask you this: how has it been?
Been great.
Right?
It's been great. It's been awesome, man.
How long has it been?
7 months.
Man, that's awesome.
7 months, going on 8.
And it changed your whole dynamic 100%, right?
Changed my life.
It does. And I'm gonna say, and this is not to put any shade on my other children, my older children, but my children right now, my wife right now, I'm gonna be honest. That whole dynamic of that relationship changed me. It gave me the feeling that you have, and it has nothing to do with my other children. I felt good about them. My marriage, of course, but it's a dynamic when you have a partner, and y'all are on the same page, and then you bringing something into the world versus, oh, this happened. What we're gonna do. So the dynamic with my wife and us. This set of children, and it sounds crazy, this set of children. This set of children. I'm just keeping it a hundo, right? You got me stuck on this couch. I'm going to tell you what it is. it changed my dynamic of life. It changed my whole being. It changed my whole meaning. It changed my whole way of thinking. I was more or less like, oh, it's just me, you know. Even though I had children, because my children were getting older and they weren't staying with me. I'm like, man, I'm getting older. I want to be there. I want my kids to know who I am. Like, I want to have an opportunity to actually raise these children and show them what a good man is, show them what a 2-parent household is, show them, you know, right now to this day, what's going on right now. I wanted to do that because it was just something in me, because I had the partner that made me want to do this. Like, my children was the big plus, but to have a partner, my wife with it, and so it changed my whole dynamic of living in life. And I believe some of my other children have resentment. Honestly, because of the dynamic, and it has nothing to do
like
with
the different.
It's a dynamic. You got to have a yin and a yang. You got to have the dynamic between the partners, the parents.
You have to have a relationship with them,
and that can fade sometime in the past. You know, people be together years, and then but right now in this moment is what is what I've always wanted for myself. I pictured myself growing up, so I try to give my kids that, and it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing, brother. It really is. It feels real good to be a father, to be a provider, to have someone really depend on you and you're doing your job. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what I live for. You know what I mean? And I want them to soak everything up, because tomorrow's not promised for any of us. So I want to put so much into them, so much at one time. I have to catch myself, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know.
So can you say that not only just your kids, but overall like that, what truly, truly drives you?
What drives me?
Yeah.
The dynamic changed over the years, different situations. Right now, in this moment, my children, I saw my wife, my children, like my family. Because I don't really have a big family. I used to have a big family, and I have family members.
Right.
But that family conglomerate isn't there. So it's me. We're just us. It's me and my immediate family, which is my children and my wife. And that's what it is. Everything else, you know, if her family, you know, she's kind of like me, and so it's just us. I didn't ever knew what's the word, introvert? Is that
introvert?
Like when you're just kind of like by yourself?
To yourself, yeah.
I never knew that's how I really was. As much as an outgoing person I am, I'm introvert like a mug, bro. Like, I don't let too many people in my circle. I don't like to be let down. I don't like to be hurt. I don't like to be misled. So what I'll do is, you know, outside my home, and once I'm home, we're good. And not too many people are coming in to the home, because I don't want to expose my children to something and then it just goes away, or it's not what it was supposed to be. So I live for my family. I live for my children. Like if something happened to me today, tomorrow, my kids are good. My wife is good, and I work for that. That's why I push a 9 to 5. That's why I have insurance. That's why I have insurance policies. I didn't know anything about that early on in life, and I didn't care about that because we was living to die. Like as far as, you know, the way I was moving, I didn't care about that. But now I'm like, man,
you gotta put things in place.
Because if something happened to me, I don't want the stress of her having to make sure I'm buried or put up. I don't want my kids to have to go through hardship or go stay in this place or do this because they don't have any kind of financial sustenance. You know what I'm saying? So that, to me, I never thought that way 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I didn't think that way until, like I said, this set of children and my wife. So
that is beautiful.
I live for, that's what I live for. You know, I don't want my wife to stress out if something happened to me.
Likewise,
you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because when you have somebody, else that you are the provider for them.
You're the leader.
Yeah.
You
the
have
alpha.
You have to, you know, lead.
So if something happened to you, shit break. And that's scary. That gives you more of it changes the way you move. It changes a lot of things that you do. So whether you know it or not, a lot of things that you used to do.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's gonna be like, nah.
It's like, for me, it was like, okay, don't be afraid to mess up. Like this is your first time doing it, so you don't know,
Right.
Anything about it. So for me, it's like I'm failing forward because I have no experience with, leading a family or taking care of a child or, just being the alpha in general because it was just me. So now I'm taking the initiative to do what I have to do and to to say, hey, I'm doing this. This is what it is, and nobody cannot, knock me off that focal point.
Right.
So
it's a no-brainer. Like
Yeah.
nothing's going. This is my mission. This is my life's mission.
this is it. This is what
So
it is.
anything else is obsolete. You can't tell me nothing. No, for real.
Literally.
And so I feel like that even with my day-to-day, like with working, my employment jobs, like there's been times where I'd be like, man, fuck this job. And I don't care. Your mind got to think different. You know what I mean? You have to just think different. That doesn't mean that you don't strive to do better or you don't try to reach where you're trying to reach to, but you have to sit back and say, okay, hold up. I got a lot of motherfuckers depending on me right now.
Literally.
I just can't crash out on the boss.
Yeah.
I just can't crash out and do this. I just can't say that. I just can't do this. And so you have to swallow. And then that teaches you to become a better person because you have to start swallowing pride. You have to start learning how to fall back on things. Because I used to be a hothead, man. What?
Man.
You know what I mean? I ain't
What you
listen.
say?
Man, I know how to get it. I go out here and get it, man.
It's whatever.
Or, street rules apply. You try to take, you want me to, okay, I tell you what, I lose my job, you're going to lose something. You know what I'm saying? But now, as I get older, and it comes with age too. Right. I get older and I start thinking different. Yeah. So to answer your question, my family, my wife, my kids, man, that's what drives me. Period. If it wasn't for that, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Well, I love that answer. And to go a step back, I'm gonna talk about myself for a quick second. So I used to make content, not used to make content, but I started making content in 2015 when Vine was out. You remember Vine? Right?
Yeah, I started with Vine. It's having fun. I started.
The duration was what, 6 seconds?
I believe at the time.
I think it was, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, I had a blast, and it was a new thing. When I tell you, a lot of, because I was rapping too at the time too.
I've seen you. I heard you, man.
And,
I seen you.
Yeah. G65.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. But I was rapping and I was conflicted with making content, and you had to put your stuff out there, you had to put yourself out there, but I was still enjoying myself making content, making that short form of content.
Right.
And I didn't think it was a thing, like I didn't think it was cool enough. Cause I was thinking like, people outside looking at me like, oh, you doing something lame ass shit. Like that's some lame ass shit. And I cared about what they was thinking of me. And I was like, bro, why? Why am I doing that? Then until 2020 happened, and I cut my dreads off. You know what I'm saying? I had a new look, and I finished one of my latest projects, and then we was just in the house doing nothing, bullshitting. And I was staying with my brother at the time, and I was making content. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this just for the, for hell of it, for the fun of it. And I actually found out I made somebody laugh, right?
Yeah, that's the best part, right?
I'm like, bruh, I love this shit now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes my day. And whoever been watching my videos, my funny videos, I appreciate y'all. But I seen you do the same exact thing. I think that's how we really, really connected, because I seen your videos and I was like, man, this guy is hilarious.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah.
So
you used to say, I used to think, sometimes I used to think you thought that, man, you know how people got different kind of, my sense of humor may be different from your sense of humor. You know, like, so, and I used to look at me sometimes like,
I don't know, Stacy.
Yeah, right. But that's just. And then I have my wife in it with me, or I have, I get it 100%.
So what made you start making content?
Well, it goes back to my childhood. And on my way here, I was thinking about my Aunt Makiba. Aunt Makiba, I love you. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, I was always, and now when I was thinking about it, I used to like to be funny. Like, I used to go to the mall.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
You good?
I used to go to the mall when we was kids, and it started off when we used to drive in the car with my grandma. And we used to drive past, and people be next to us in the car, and we be sticking our tongue out at people or sticking our middle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I used to always just be the class clown, or make the family laugh. I was always that guy growing up. I was always remixing songs. If a song came on, I would change the lyrics to the song, or I would dance to the song. And everybody would always say, that boy gonna be famous. My whole life, I've always heard that, bro. Like,
really?
I promise you. And that's why I'm like 48. I'm like, damn, what happened, you know? But
it's never too late. I do that.
But my whole life, oh, that boy funny, man. Yeah. I honestly had people walk up to me and say, "You look familiar. You look like somebody. Like, are you gonna be somebody?" Right. And I haven't even said anything in that. So little things like that have always kept me going. But I didn't get to, like you said, you were thinking about being, funny and what people thought about you and stuff like that.
Definitely had that.
I got to the point where I always was a funny dude. I had to play the hard part, the hard dude. Even when I was out there hustling and trapping and getting money, I was the nice trapper. I was the funny trapper.
Right.
I was the, I wasn't like some of my homeboys or some of the cats that I dealt with. No, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Shit go down. I know how to handle business and do things, but I always had a sense of humor for what I did, even hustling. I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
And it's funny. So, I apologize. I used to hustle. I used to sell crack when I was a kid.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it is what it is, right? This is what it is. So we used to work in traps. Now they call them traps, but back in the days, we used to call them gates. We used to call them spots.
Okay.
And we was younger kids, so we would work for older people, and they would give. And that's how we got our clothes, our sneakers, because majority of our family members were probably on drugs, and we didn't have nothing. That was just how we started. So we used to sit in these houses with people who used to get high, and people would come and get high with them. And they would have their little company, and that was their smoke house, and then they'll come out to you and they'll buy what you got and go back and everything.
I know.
You know how to shit works.
Like, yeah.
Well, for the people who don't know.
Yeah.
So I used to sit there and just, and I used to come up with songs. So I remember one time, and I made these people laugh. No matter, and I remember this, no matter what they was going through at that time, they was getting high, it was their addiction, whatever it was. I made these people laugh, and I remember this to the fullest. So, for people who smoke drugs, they used to have what they call a stem. This is what they smoked their crack out of.
Okay.
They would go to the corner store and get Brillo pad. Brillo was what they would use for like a screen to smoke their crack. And I used to always hear them talk about, man, let me get a hit. This is stuff I used to hear. Let me get a hit. And they'd be like, nah, man, you're going to burn my Brillo up, man. I'll be pushing my stem. You're going to burn my Brillo. I used to always hear this crackhead Redrick talking because I used to be sitting listening.
Right.
And the song Tony, Tony, Tony came on one day. It said, lay your head on my pillow and just relax, right? So that song came on one day, one time, and I happened to hear these people arguing about burning their Brillo and stuff or whatever. And when the song came on, I opened the door and I said, don't you burn up my Brillo.
This guy.
Take a hit and relax. Hey, yo, and let me tell you something.
Wow.
And I'm like around 14 at the time. I was a kid.
Right.
That whole, just that one moment, that whole little crack cipher they had going on, everybody just started laughing and just, wow. And to me, like you said, what you just said earlier, you said somebody found it funny.
Somebody found it funny.
Right. Out of all that darkness that was going on, they found it funny.
The thing was, I never showed my funniness until, I guess, 2020. It was just to my friends and, family members and stuff. It wasn't,
So on the broadband, you didn't want to do it. Well, my thing was, I was always a joke. I always crack jokes. I always change songs. I always rhyme. I always... You know what I'm saying? That was something.
Being creative.
Yeah, that's just something I do. And I will always get looked at as the funny dude for that. Sometimes. And I didn't like that. So I would, like I said, when I had to play hard, sometimes as much as I wanted to joke and laugh, I had to sit there and chill and put the grill on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with females, they would never never take me serious.
Yeah.
Because I like to laugh and joke. But the funny part about it was, I'm hanging with these same dudes. We doing the same thing.
But you ever think like what they thought of you at one point?
I still have that issue. What people think about me. That's something that I dealt with. I deal with a lot.
A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people go through that same thing, but they put on that persona like, oh, they don't care. But...
Oh no! When I post music sometimes, I can't. Like I see my friends, and I get more people overseas or more people that don't know me like and share versus people that I grew up with who know what's up with me, who know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying to me? So I get mad. Sometimes I go on rants. Fuck you, man. All these things. I'm a real young. You know what I'm saying? You get more love. You know, and I had to catch myself. I talked to when I had talked to P. P one day told me, he was like, man, fuck them. You know, just let them go. You know.
Exactly.
But you know, at the time, I just felt, because you know me, you know where we come from, you know the struggle, you know where we came from. So, you know, that to me. So I would say, once I moved here, I really kind of like wasn't on that type of time anymore. So it was time for me to be funny. I didn't care what, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not hustling, I'm not out in the streets. I'm a regular dude trying to do right. And so I'm gonna have some fun with it. And then the biggest thing, my wife never judged me.
Love that.
My wife always, she would interact with some of the stuff that I did on, you know, my TikToks and whatever at the time. And so that pushed me more. She never judged me. She never made me feel like, oh, you crazy. You know, I never felt that way, you know. So yeah, so that allowed me to just keep going. And because I'm happy at home and I'm not looking for no other woman and I'm not out here trying to, I had no reason to worry about what the girls would think about me or what these dudes would think about me, because I'm good at home, so I definitely don't want y'all. I'm good. Wifey good. I got a baddie. That's how I felt. So I'm not really caring about y'all. Ain't nothing you can tell me. Right. So that embarrassment was pushed to the side. So I didn't care what you think. And as far as dudes concerned, you know, I'm regular Degger, and
like this is who I am.
This is who I am.
Why would you?
You know what I mean?
Who you are?
You know what I mean? But still, I ain't no pushover either. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
If you feel flinchy, try me and let's find out. Don't get it twisted. Don't get the kindness. Don't mistake the kindness for the weakness. But you know, it was mostly. But people, my peers. This is another thing too. Like I said, I'm 48. So you gotta understand. You doing this when you what? How old?
I'm 34.
Right, I'm doing it in my 40s, damn it. You know what I'm saying? The same, trying to be funny and shit.
Yeah.
And so people will look at you.
You are funny. You're not.
I appreciate that. But people like in my age range, they not on that type of time. They crusty and boring and old.
Oh my goodness.
No, they are. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How do you call them crusty?
Because they boring. They too serious and want to be. You know what I mean? Like I see people like that, and I just don't. I don't like it. I
know you like.
No, for real.
I got you.
People, I'm telling you, my peers. They, especially the women, they always.
You know they're gonna see this, right?
It's okay. This, right? I mean, I said peers. I didn't say particular people, just peers. Right. You know, people my age think that when they meet me, they think I'm younger because of how I act.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But nah, I'm just happy. I believe you're supposed to live life. You're supposed to be vibrant. I'm not gonna walk around here. I would hate to die in my casket like this. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That'd be some fucked up shit, right?
For real. Like, man,
yeah, I'm always serious.
I'm about to go past.
Yeah, always serious. Why can't I be so? Okay, I can be funny, but yet I can have a home. I can have a business. I 3-4 vehicles. I can go where I want to go, do what I want to do. Got a beautiful wife, take care of my kids. I own shit.
That's what it's about.
And I'm doing it smiling and cracking jokes and being happy and doing my art and my hobby at the same time.
Yeah.
Why I gotta be to fit in with fit in with what you got going on? So that's where a lot of conflict with me and a lot of my peers, you know, is that. You know, or even back when I used to deal with women in my age range, I don't know how to take you serious, you know, or
Yeah.
you play too much, you joke. I
It
don't
just
know.
wasn't for you.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It
Right?
wasn't for
wasn't.
you. If you have to fight to get,
Yeah.
you know, to get in cahoots with them, they're not for you.
Yeah, but
That's what I had to learn.
And I have to always go
literally.
back to this, and this is my defense, and it sucks that I gotta say this. I always say, I've done the same shit that the dudes you fuck with do. But my gun bust.
Yeah.
I done hit the block plenty of times. I done been in prison.
Damn.
You know what I'm talking about? I done shot. I done been shot. I done did it all. But I did it with a smile on my face. I ain't do it with.
So speaking of content, bro. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about, though? Like, for real. Yeah.
So speaking of content, I know you speak. You know, you show your real life as well.
Bro,
you show, you know, the day by day. And I seen you recently speak about the sister sample, the Kendrick and sister sample. But we're gonna get into that. But I seen you had the weight loss. You saw you transition from.
Most definitely. So
let's talk about that.
Okay.
Like how you developed that discipline, first of all, and how you said to yourself, "Hey, I have to make this change."
Well, I've always been. Maybe that's part of me being a funny guy. So when I was always a chunky dude growing up, so I always had to outweigh. I had to have something.
Oh, congratulations! By the way, I'm sorry.
On which part
about the weight loss.
Oh no, we about to jump into it.
It was amazing.
Well,
just to watch that.
It was help. It was help. It was assisted. So we won't talk about it. So I always had to be the funny. That was part of the funny guy. So I had to always have a sense of humor, or dress differently, or rock stuff differently because I was always a chunky kid growing up. But I always, I worked out for a while. I got real swole when I did my little time. I did juvie time and I did prison time. I did that. And I would come home, but then when I would come home, it'll just, right. So I want to say 2020, I was working. I was sitting a lot. Driving buses, you sit. I went to radio dispatch, you sit. Run dispatch, you sit. To the point to where you start rolling in the chair. You don't even get up. You just roll to the printer. You roll.
Yeah.
And I always was a big guy, but I carried my weight well. But I had ballooned to about close to 400 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So I went from like around 280, 260, 280 to close to 400 pounds within 2 years. That's when I first moved here. I couldn't find my excuse my language. But yeah,
I know you.
yeah. But real shit though, right?
goodness.
You know what I'm talking about?
This man here.
I'm just gonna keep it 100 though. But
Yeah,
you gotta
please
understand, man. We stuck on the couch, so we're gonna tell the truth, right?
Please do.
We couldn't. It was getting bad. It was getting bad. It was getting we went on a trip. Me and my wife, we drove to New York.
Oh shit.
My whole foot swole up, bro.
Wow.
My health I was pre-diabetic, and so I made a decision to get gastric bypass surgery.
Okay.
You know, my insurance covered half of it. I paid half of it, and it was a big thing. I didn't do it because I wanted. My health was starting to get. I seen pictures of me, and at the time, my wife said she didn't even know. She's like, I said, babe, why the fuck you ain't tell me? She said, when you love somebody, you don't see that. You don't see that. You don't see any of that.
You don't see nothing.
But we seen pictures. I seen pictures of me and her. I'm like, man, she like this little Spanish thing. Wow. So that let me know my wife really loved me for real. Like, cause
You don't find that.
Yeah. So
That's hard to find, y'all.
and especially when I couldn't find a jump off, that was even worse. I had tweezers, everything. I was trying to figure it out.
Right.
I think it was 2021. I had decided to do that, so I had got gastric bypass surgery, and it was I started losing weight. You know, after a while, like you said, most people, everybody business what I did or why I did it. You know, but it helped out because it's rough trying to do it, but to maintain the weight loss, you have to be on you. So I started hitting the gym up.
Yeah.
I started getting on a regiment. I start keeping that weight up. Because I've seen people who've done it. Actually, it was somebody who done it. I ain't gonna say their names, but you gave me the want to do it, and they ballooned back up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I had to stay on that path of eating healthy. So I started eating healthier, started working out. And then I started seeing a change in my body, and I started seeing, and I liked it, and I found some shit I lost. You know what I'm saying? I snapped back, and to this day, it's still, because I mean, I got down to about, I think I had COVID, so I had got down to like 250 from like 400, like 256.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in between like 274 to 280.
Wow.
That's where I'm at, you know.
Okay.
And I was working out for a while too. I had shoulder surgery. So that kind of stopped me from working out for a while. So that kind of took me off the gym.
But still though, man, you came a long way.
Yeah, man. And it was for the health reasons, for people who don't know or want to know. It was more health reasons. Because I knew I couldn't lose that weight on my own at that time. Especially with the work I was doing. You're sitting on the radio all day.
Yeah.
That's your job, 8 to 12, 10, 12 hours a day. You're sitting, snacking, eating, and you already big.
So you could say, like, honestly say, like, you developed more discipline than anything
most definitely.
During that time.
Like, I did I fast for a month. Watermelon, straight watermelon.
What about your environment? They was encouraging as well? Because I know they had to play a part too, like environment, and you trying to make a change.
You know how black folks is, man.
And it's like,
you lose a couple pounds, you sick?
Yeah.
You know,
that is true.
You know what I mean? Damn,
that is true.
But no, the biggest thing was, I think that I'm the shit now because I lost some weight. I think I'm fly. Or I think what a lot of people didn't understand was I was always who I am.
Of course.
It ain't nothing changed. It was like I was a fat fly nigga. I was always on my shit. Like I said, I always had to have a little extra because I was chunky.
Right.
So I always had to make the girls laugh. I always had to be extra fly. I always had to do something where you can just come take your shirt off and say, "What's up?" Or you're light skinned, skinny dude. You feel what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
So I had to fight. You know, had to fight. You know, so I had to fight. So I always had to have something. So when I got down to started losing, and I was in the gym too, it started changing. Man, I had to buy all new clothes. So therefore, I'm fitting clothes that I never could fit before. I'm wearing 44s. I went from 52s to 54s, 56s to 44s, 46s. I can go in the regular store and buy some shit, and it's fitting good. So now I'm dressing because I couldn't. I used to have to go to Big and Tall. I used to have to go to, buying shit everybody else got. The same shit all the big dudes wear, you know. So now I can do what I want to do. And so now everybody looking at me like, oh, he think
that's a blessing.
You know. So yeah, I've been blessed, man, and it's to continue to still, try to keep it off. It can be a challenge some more. My stomach is expanded back to what it was before, but the discipline and what keeps me going.
Especially with your kids and the wife.
Them snacks, boy. Ooh.
God damn.
Them kid snacks. Sometimes I wake up, I be like, damn, I ate a fruit roll up. You gonna see later. Yeah. And please, you might have back-to-backs. I don't wish nothing on you, but whatever God give you, that's a blessing, whatever he give you. But once you start, them kids gonna have to have snacks.
They already asking, when is the next one? I'm like, hold on. And she's like the same way, like, hold on, wait.
But the only people who control that is you and her. With God he gonna make it happen.
He gonna make it happen.
But only y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all putting on and ain't putting on, and what's taking and what ain't taking.
Hey, so.
But yeah, stuck on the couch.
We making music. Speaking of music,
right?
I believe that you do that as well.
Man,
So how did that get started? When did that?
Back when I was
in
a kid,
14.
Bro. Nah, before you talking about making music as far as
making
on
like
the business,
like on the business side.
On the business side,
to make music.
I've always
produced music.
I've been signed before. I used to be in Birmingham. I used to live in Birmingham, Alabama. I've been a lot of places. It was a record company. Guy named Dirty, man. He's in a wheelchair, man. He had a label called Dirty Records, Dirty Money Records. I signed with them, but it was an artist development deal.
Okay.
So
what is that?
It's basically you ain't getting no money. You getting studio.
It's like a 360.
They're not even. You just getting studio time. They developing you, but they don't want you to go nowhere else. You can't take whatever you do in that studio.
You're not even a plant.
Is theirs. But at the time, me being, because, I'm from New York, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, I had a different swag, so, it was
Yeah,
kind of
different.
cool. They was with me, and I didn't have nothing else going on. I'd chased a female down there, so it was like, whatever. This before I joined the carnival, but that's a whole nother story. But before that, I've always been into music. My grandma used to have hella records, and they used to have headphones and stereo, and I used to love album covers. So I just sit and just look at the album covers and play. And my aunt used to hang out with me, my Aunt Marlene, and she used to roll her reefer up on the album cover, shaking seeds off, and she would hand me the album cover, and I would just look at the artwork, and I would go. Sometimes they have the lyrics inside of them, and you can open them up.
Right.
And I just love and everything I wanted to play. If I go off the album cover, I say, "Can you play this?" Minnie Riperton, Marvin Gaye, whatever. A lot of Motown and stuff was going on in my grandma's house. Versus my aunt's house had everything. She had rock. I was a big fan of 70s music. The Who, The Doors, like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, because I listened to it. And then I had to do an essay on Woodstock when I was in school.
Okay.
And I learned about a lot of the big festival for Woodstock, and the acts were there. And so I would listen to the music. And I was a big fan of music. So that goes back to that with my family. Growing up, rapping, I love rap like everybody else. I used to do little talent shows here and there. And everybody used to tell me I can rap, sing. And I wanted to do something with it. When I came home from doing my bid in 2003, I bought a computer, a little set, and Acid Pro program.
Okay.
And I made my first mixtape. So 2003, 2004.
And I understand your son rap too, right?
Yeah. My son Moolah Maker, he raps too.
Shout out to
Moolah Maker. Yeah, Moolah Maker, he raps too.
Shout out.
He out this way, you know what I mean? He actually pretty good, So yeah, I wanted to put him on. See, this is the thing, and this is what it was. I seen his videos. He came out here to move with me, and at this time, I just like to make the beats.
Yeah.
I wasn't really caring about rapping no more, So I was going to invest all this money into him. This was the plan. I put this in a rap. I have a rap. I'll let you hear it one day. And me and him went through it. We it was like he got a lot of things going on, and he got real. Things happen.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into the depths of it, but things happen to where we had to go our separate ways. But I had already put this stuff in place. I had put the music label in place. I created Sawdust Records, UTR Entertainment, Under the Rock Entertainment.
Okay.
I've LLC'd it, got that going on. I went and got these chains made.
Yeah, I see
you know what I'm saying? No, really, this is promotion. So I put a lot of money in stuff. I went and started paying for videos and production and all that.
Yeah.
And he wasn't no longer there to do it. So I said, fuck it.
Right.
I always wanted to do my own thing, so I just started doing my own thing again. Yeah. So a lot of cats tell me, "Oh, you want to be a..." Nah, I always did music. It's just, I've already invested in this, so let me just go ahead and do it. So I went and started making music, man. Started getting back into it heavy. Started buying all the equipment. I did my own studio in my home.
Yeah.
Started buying equipment and created me instruments, whatever I needed. Full-blown studio in my home.
Yeah.
And started connecting with guys and found out some good videographers. Still waiting on your action.
Yeah.
But we talked about that beforehand, but you were still getting to your groove, so I had to use some other people. But, and just started putting work out there, and that's what got me back into the music itself. But to be honest with you, right now, I think I just want to do more writing and production.
Yeah.
It's cool. I have fun. I can bust a rhyme. It's nothing. I can get in.
Oh, I seen you.
But it's I think it's a young man sport. To be honest with you, as far as I'm not saying I can't. I ain't got no heat. Yeah. But you know what I mean. I prefer to.
I feel like, cause I just abruptly stopped, but at the same time, I feel like my passion shifted. I still have love and passion for music, man. I can't wake up and not listen to music.
Right.
Music is my melody, is my life source, it's my everything, and I love it dearly. But I feel like once I came out here and I was on my grind and I was moving and shaking, I was still, pursuing music, but I had to put things in perspective. So once I done that, I was like, okay, I got my own spot. When I got my own spot, I was like, okay, what I'm doing. And I just started creating, whether it was music,
like you said,
or making videos.
Content,
that's why I picked up a
content,
camera,
period.
and I was like, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying it. It's bring other people joy, other people life. So I was like, you know what, I'm doing this, man. I'm doing it.
But you
like,
can, what you're doing, you can integrate music into all of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's what
you
I
just
that's
have
what
to
I mean.
find what drives you and then put it in there. Like the content we do, I do the content you do. I put songs. I put my music on some of my things like that, and I feel good about it.
Yeah.
And I try to offer my music out to people. Sometimes I give beats out.
Actually, can you do me a favor and send me one of your beats so it could be on the intro?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, that's most definitely. I got you. I got some on my phone right now.
So, how you feel about the Kendrick and Drake beef? I had to hear your perspective since we're on the topic. Real quick.
Well, first of all,
I just need to hear.
Okay, I think the beef. I don't know where the beef came from. Number one, that's a fact. I see J. Cole fell back. Top 3, only Big Me.
He did.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm been a fan of Drake. To me, Drake is like a modern day Michael Jackson, bro.
Really?
I'm gonna be look at his catalog.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not,
he
modern day Michael Jackson.
He is.
Kendrick comes to me in spurts. Like I can be chilling, minding my business, and then here he come, and he be like, "Oh, she be on that Kendrick vibe," and then he used to disappear. Then he come back again. You know what I mean?
I like the take a break thing because it gives yourself time to, you don't have to be on the scene all the damn time.
But
you give yourself grace and time. Like, okay,
as far as we talking about numbers and we talking about music itself, we're not talking about too much of the content of the music. We talking about the music business.
Okay,
that's because that's where I'm at. I'm in the music business.
Right.
Man, Drake.
Yeah.
Now Kendrick, when you talk about sometimes for the people, for the culture, for things like that, he steps up. Not just this time, other stuff. He step up. He gets you going. What is it? Youngster? What was the name of the first album? Mad City,
Young Kid, Mad City, or something like that.
All his, even before that, when he was K-Dot.
Yeah.
I used to listen to. He stood out to me.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, oh, who this dude is?
Who won?
I don't think it's no winners.
What?
Man, because you divide the culture. It's no winners. Who win? Who won? Who won? You divide the culture. Now you got Drake.
I wouldn't say like
you got Drake in the cut sitting. You got Kendrick. Everybody riding.
Everybody know who won. I'm just saying, like,
you think
from your perspective,
who won to you?
Lyric wise and song wise, not like us. Come on,
that's the whole point why Drake feel like he had to sue the man. Let me tell you why. They pushed that song in that ear.
They did.
They pushed that.
They did.
You can't have a battle with me, and then you push a song in the battle.
I would say this, not to cut you off, but if that song wasn't even pushed, that song would have still went viral.
Nah, not for real.
I feel like
I don't think so.
I feel like it still
would have went because of the beat. The beat, you see,
it's catchy.
It's catchy.
You could vibe.
It's catchy. You know what I heard? I seen somebody online tell me what they say. They said Kendrick only make music for people in California. Drake make music for people all over the world. Look, I love music. Not Like Us is good. I like the production. I like Mustard beat more than anything on any of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kendrick got a voice. His cadence is right, and he's smart. The dude real smart. And he know how to write. He know what he's talking about. He know how to put words together. I would say nobody won, bro. If you talking about song per song, yeah.
Because the first two songs that Kendrick put out, I wasn't.
They was beefing,
it was nice, but it wasn't.
They were beefing.
It wasn't like, okay, I gotta go keep listening to this. No.
Yeah. Then he came out with what was the one when he was talking about the daughter? Drake said he put out the information.
Yeah, he lied to him.
Yeah, and all that.
Manipulated him.
But when he put "They Not Like Us," that shit ate Drake up. I ain't gonna lie, but it ate him up because the culture took it
Yeah, they embraced
it.
They did.
You feel me? It was really no comeback for that. Were you gonna? So when we talk about
Hold up, I listen to Family Matters. I rock with Family Matters.
but that's not nothing you rocking in the club.
You're not dancing to it.
See, when you can get a song that you can rock in the club, you got Crip walking on, you got everybody doing steps to it. On the other stuff that Drake was doing, it wasn't that type of vibe.
Yeah.
But the lyrical content, the beat might have been good, but it wasn't a party vibe.
Yeah.
Just like
Squabble Up.
Squabble Up. Like that whole Kendrick, that project he put out, that motherfucker tough. And he took my sample.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So they didn't actually take my sample.
Let's talk about it.
But I put the Birds and Bees out. I sampled Luther, and I put Birds and Bees out, I want to say a year and a half ago, with my nephew, Big Tanner. Big Tanner, shouts out to Tanner. You come home soon, you know what I mean, from New York. He from the town. Okay. I went up to my sister's funeral up there, and we always said I was going to work with him and my son. We was all, because a lot of my family, they into music. Mm-hmm. But I got a hold of him. He gave me, before he went up north, he gave me a verse, mm-hmm. and I brought it back to my guy. Shouts out to what's his name? Man, he passed away, man. The guy who was doing my videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's always doing my music too, man.
R.I.P., man.
Yeah. But I brought it back to him, and he put it together for us. So I sampled the Luther, and it was out. Now I hear them come out with it.
But you have to go through clearance, right?
Well, I mean, I probably didn't get it. My music is listed.
Okay.
You know, my music is copyrighted. I go through Destro. Okay. I do go through BMI as well.
I used to.
So you know,
BMI as well.
So yeah. I do get I didn't go actually get it cleared, but it's there. If they want to eat, if it blow up and they want to eat off of it, it's cool, because that's gonna help me eat too. So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But I made that just for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a song. I put it out. It's on all platforms. It's on my. But I think I did a pretty good job with this sample. You know what I mean? I got some reviews on it. You know, but I was the first one that I ever heard sample that exact Luther beginning of that song.
Because you really, like, as far as idea-wise, you really, really, like, if you have an idea and you honing on that, you have to own it nowadays. Because there's so many people that steal your shit, and you be like, hold on. I made that shit first. Yeah. I did this. Hold on. I had that in my pocket.
But the thing is, though, when you do it, so you sample it, you can't sue nobody for a sample.
Not sample. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I put it out, Birds and Bees Luther, right? Even if I didn't get the clearance, so I did get the clearance. You can sample the same song as long as you get the clearance. It just has to be a different melody or a different something. It can't be the same. But I honestly think somebody heard my shit and it said, but it's two different type of, because theirs is a slow jam kind of, you know, it's mine is hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking about birds and bees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, my whole concept, like I say, got the flowers to a hell 'em, got the birds so I can sell them, and I'm brazy in this bitch. Go get your cousins, you can tell them. So I'm embracing. Bars. I'm embracing the birds, which is the bricks of cocaine. They call it birds.
Right.
The bees is the bees, the bloods. You know, birds and bees. Flowers and trees. Flowers is just the weed. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was going with mine, with my thing. Birds and bees, you know. So theirs was something else. But yeah, well, shouts out to SZA, shouts out to Kendrick, man. Whoever produced that, I ain't even looking to see who produced that beat for them or whatnot. I didn't really care. But mine been out on all platforms. Stacy Cash, Birds and Bees. Been out about a year and a half, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
With Big Tanner, my nephew. His verse is the killer verse, to be honest with you. I started it off, but he a youngin' in the game, and you know.
Doing his thing.
From what I was told, when I let people hear I go on TikTok sometime, and I let people hear I go to people and you can submit the music and hear it.
Yeah.
They say they like it. You know, I'm a little older, so my flow to them was kind of like old school to them. But then when he get on and my nephew get on with his track,
It's all hype.
they're like, oh, you know. So
They
yeah,
hyped up about
so
it.
most definitely. But the production of the beat is crazy. I
But
mess with it.
you have to learn the music business.
Man.
I was struggling with that.
Yeah. It's stressful.
I was struggling with that.
It's stressful.
I can honestly say I was struggling with like learning that curve.
It's stressful.
But that didn't, astray me from music. It was just a shift that happened. But so all that being said, man. So at age you said 48?
Right now? Yeah, I just turned 48 February 5th.
So at age 48, do you think you where you should do you
Where I
think
dreamed
you
I would
should be?
Or where I
Let me
dreamed
get it
I would
right.
be.
Let me get it right. Do you think you where you should be right now?
No.
Why?
I can say no. But not, and I'm not talking about mentally. Nope. I have to be honest. I have to be 100% honest. So I can't say no. I just blew through so much money just in the last year trying to do this music thing in this business, bro. I blew through like $60,000, $70,000, bro. Crazy.
What?
Yeah, crazy. And ain't got nothing to show for it, right? I made some bad decisions. Mm-hmm. And that could have been money I could have put towards, stuff with the family and doing things and investing in other things. So I believe when I got back into the music thing, I kind of didn't do my due diligence like I was supposed to, and I had a big loss. So financially, I'm not nowhere I want to be.
Right.
Family wise, I'm happy, bro.
Yeah.
With my family and stuff, I believe we can do more. Sometimes you want to make sure you want to give your family everything. You want the big houses. You want this. You want this. We're okay because it was a time when we stayed in a hotel room. You understand what I'm saying? Because not because we were homeless, but we weren't homeless. It's just that I couldn't get in a place because I had got an eviction.
Right.
This was years ago. This is before we moved here. This is the reason why we moved. I was going through some shit, and I was, yeah. And we stayed in a hotel. My son being born in the hotel, we had to bring him from the hospital to the hotel room.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's what gave me the fight to say, man, we ain't doing this. Let's move. And we came out here to Texas, because I had demons and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was going through stuff. I had bad gambling problem, bro. Like bad.
Wow.
Because I've won a lot of money and I spent a lot of money and I won a lot. So I was going through money like it's nothing. But when you start looking at the people around you, and sometimes you're not noticing that you might be hurting other people around you because your selfishness is trying to come up.
Yeah.
You're not doing it because you're getting high off of it or you're trying to get a good feeling. No, you think you hustling, but you're actually backwards hustling. So that's why I commend my wife, to be honest with you, because she never made me feel, even though she sees some shit, she never made me feel she's just gonna be better. So that's why when I did come up on some money, we came up on some money. I did actually won before we left. We won like 40, 50 grand. And I said, yo, let's go. And she, we got married. Like I said, we got married 2 days before we left. Today is our wedding anniversary.
I appreciate you. That's why I really appreciate you now.
Yeah, the second.
You doing it on your own. You doing this on your own.
Yeah. The second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Of March 2018, we got married. We was on the road and got to Austin, Texas on the 5th.
Wow.
From Reno, Nevada. So I asked her, and she's my wife. She Mexican. She not Mexican. She not like no English Mexican. My wife, she was up, but her family from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like she from Sinaloa. She didn't know. She left. She took a chance to leave with me. Because I told her, I said, listen, I came up with some money. I got to get out of here because I don't want to fall back.
Yeah.
She said it like, and I promise you, she said it like ludicrous. She said, when you move, I move. Just like that.
What?
And we got up and we packed up I bought a Durango. We got up and we came and we didn't look back.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Man, for real. And so we've been blessed. So on that end, besides what just happened recently with the investments out, the big loss I just took, man, I'm not where I want to be, but with the love I am, we only can get better. We're not gonna get worse, and we only can get better. You know what I mean? Because we done been there.
I always preach about environment.
Man,
it makes a huge impact on whether you progress because
You can be stagnant. You can
stagnant,
man.
bruh. Because with the support of my girl, man, I thank her tremendously because, I mean, I was already doing my thing, but it's like the extra support. Somebody's fighting for you. Somebody is helping you. Somebody is telling you,
Holding the
okay,
lights up, got the camera.
yeah,
I seen it. I
she's
see.
doing it. Like,
Actually,
this her. Like, she got these lights. She got this. You know what I'm saying? The
she
support
believe
is
in you, brother.
everything.
I seen it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I commend you
It's
because I've
everything.
seen it from when y'all started. I missed the first party, but remember when we went and did the photo shoots and all
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it even from the beginning when you start doing more content. She was in your content. She was helping you with the content.
Definitely.
It's been nothing but up since then.
Wow.
So that must mean it's a positive vibe.
Definitely.
And it's like you say, it's been nothing but up since you've been with your woman you with. I've seen this personally. I'm not saying she the begin all end all, but she definitely pushed you to make things, because before all you had was your little green little background with your little thing, and you was making your content. And then your content started growing and growing and growing and growing.
Man.
Man, it only can go up. So yeah, I commend you on that, brother.
Shout out to Mo. Shout out to you, girl.
All day.
Thank you. I appreciate
All day,
you.
man.
And
all day.
the wives in general. Y'all keep
like
us,
you say, that's a big.
y'all keep us
Man,
grounded, man.
Women don't know. Women don't know how much a man needs a woman in his.
Talk about it.
Bro.
Please talk about it.
These women, and then they get mad when dudes out here. Dudes be searching. That's why they be jumping.
Yeah.
They be looking for it.
sure.
And 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all women, and I'm serious, I'm saying this, y'all don't understand, like, we got feelings and emotions, you know what I mean? They don't understand that we ain't hard all the time. We need somebody to tell us they love us. It's gonna be okay. Push us, help us out. Don't push me and make me feel like I owe you.
Come on.
Come on, don't do me like that. Though, you know what I'm saying? Have me like I have you. You're gonna from what I get from you, you're gonna change my whole dynamic to where we don't even think about who got this or who paying this or who, because that's where it's at now. I need this. Man, my wife never did me like that, and she can get anything from me. I put 10, 20,000 in her pocket. She'll put that shit in the cut, and I get messed up. She'll be like, "Here go that 20,000, 10,000." Right? It ain't about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know. If you got a man, love that man and rock with him. Stop looking for the wrong stuff in a man. Everybody ain't perfect, and every man and every woman ain't gonna be the same. But yeah,
For sure.
that's a big part. It's a big part.
It plays a major part. And speaking of relationships, I went back and I'm sure you watched the latest podcast, correct?
The last one you did, yeah, most definitely.
So the Only Child podcast. I had some great times with you guys. You guys both, dropped gems. Always was grateful to be around you both.
Man.
So thank you for. I just want to, thank you for like giving me the idea of just starting my own thing. I told P the same thing. Like, man, y'all gave me the blueprint on just doing your own thing and just getting yourself out there. So thank you for that.
Most definitely.
And the big question is, for you to clear your perspective and your point of view on what happened. Or you guys still in cahoots with each other, or are you still like conversational? Like, from your perspective, man, can you just clear the air on?
Well, first
You
of
and
all,
P.
shouts out to P.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. P, he actually, first of all, Only Child was P's baby. Just let's put that in perspective.
Okay.
We talked about it. It was supposed to be a 4-man podcast. Supposed to be me. This is something he talked about. He said he wanted to do. It was supposed to be me, Stephron, and the God.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, Tremaine, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about it. P had started doing the clothing line, and he pushed me start to do the, because this is around the time when I was like, you know what? I seen him doing, we both working, and and I seen how he went hard. So I started doing my music thing, and he was doing this clothing line thing. And in between, we meshed, and we was like, okay, we're gonna do the podcast. You know, it was his idea, but you know, we had the equipment at my house, and so it kind of everything worked out. Man, and to be honest with you, man, I would never change any of that. It was wonderful to be a part of something like that at that time, man. It was really cool. I haven't spoken to P maybe a year, going on a year. Since the last podcast we did, that you recorded for us.
Yeah.
And before that, I hadn't spoken to him for a while. He had some things going on, you know. My biggest thing with that, and it's just keeping it real. I'm just 100 dude, and P, I'm 100. I feel like no matter what I'm going through or what someone may be going through, no matter what it is, if you my brother, if I call you my brother and you my people, if I'm going through something, I'm going to tell you, hey, man, we're going to have to put a pause on this right now because I got this going on. So, you know, I might need you to either lead the way or we're going to fall back or we're going to do this, until I come up. And I can understand that because you're my brother. We talk about a lot of stuff on camera and off camera, so you should be able to.
Right.
I think the way that it ended was more or less kind of like just nothing. So I'm, nothing. You know,
what's going on?
Nothing.
How you doing?
Nothing. No, nothing. I'm leaving messages. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, damn, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I kind of had to figure out what was going on because we did, you know, we talked about it. We talked about it on the last podcast and whatnot.
Yeah. Because I thought that was the beginning of, you know,
man, we was
y'all
supposed to take over.
Getting back to.
Yeah, it was coming. I thought he was over whatever he had going on, but I guess not. So we built different. See, he different type. That's what made the dynamic of the podcast.
I loved it.
He different, I'm different.
That's why I told him that. I was like, man, I want y'all to get back because y'all was like yin and yang.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know. I you know, the clothing line, I still push. I mean, I push Only Child all day still. I push the podcast all day still, even though we haven't done anything. But that's something that you know, I just didn't like the way I was. No communication. That was it. It'd be, bro, talk else to me. Yeah, I ain't got no big man.
That's what I was like, man. Yeah. I feel like y'all a conversation away of.
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
Hey.
But we had that conversation before. See, before the last podcast we did. So we came back because we had a little break in between that time too. No calls, no answers. And he said, you know, man, I ain't even answering phone with my mom and daddy. And I get it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But bro, this is, you know, come on. And then it wasn't even so much of that too. You know, our kids know each other. You know,
yeah.
I'm seeing posts, birthday parties.
Yeah.
My kid's not invited, but we was, you know what I'm talking about? Like, so you started thinking in your head, like, damn, what
making assumptions.
What I do? Like we don't fuck with, like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, let's not, that's why I said earlier, I don't bring people in my circle too much because it hurts your family, kids. So Uncle P, my kids. So I'm not just not seeing you. My kids not seeing you. They're not seeing your kids. Birthdays, I'm going to invite them, but they're not coming. You're not invited to birthdays. So all of a sudden, it's just, you know, that was one of the major things for me. It had nothing to do with beef with P. Man, me and P ain't got no beef. He ain't never did nothing. Man, P ain't did nothing but enlighten me, to be honest with you, and made me want to strive to become great. Because he showed me you could be on a 9 to 5. He showed me you can come with an idea. The dude had an idea. He started showing me when he come to the window and was telling me about, yo, I got this, and I put my 2 cents in. I said, yo, you know, you should put this on, and he would listen to me on some stuff, and next thing you know, boom, he coming through with the hoodies, the hats, and I'm like, yo, he really doing this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So when he said do the podcast, I believed in him, you know, and that made me go into my music, start doing my LLC, start trying to put my son on a little bit, you know, before I started doing I started going getting money. I started getting money, putting in loans, trying to get ready to take this shit off, and then it just like, So I was kind of left alone. You know, what you as I'm a man, I can do my own thing, but
take with the chin up.
You know, but I was anticipating us to take it somewhere. I had a lot of money. Like I said, I just went through like $60-something thousand. I had a lot of money I was waiting on to throw in
Yeah.
and make it do what it do, and it just like, so now I'm sitting here like this. So now a lot of my, always,
Started to kick back in.
kick
Like,
back in. I'm fucking off money. I'm
Right.
playing around, not doing. But he had me motivated. So yeah, shouts out to P, man. Ain't
out
nothing
to
like
P.
that.
Shout out P
I
all
think
time, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do say. I thought he was kind of upset at me from the last podcast because I had kind of put it out there. I said how he always says,
keep it real. Who
keep it
don't?
real. He said people, no matter. Remember we had the no matter what they say about you, and I was like, well, who these people? Who are they saying?
Oh, yeah.
I thought maybe he probably felt a certain type of way about that, but I don't think so because we bigger than that, man. We better than that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like I said, I feel like you guys are a conversational way to not just getting back on a film and podcasting, but just having a conversation with each other. I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you been? Type of thing, man. And if it's not that, that's fine. But at the same time,
like I said, it's not a bad thing, but we went through that already.
Right.
How they say, shame me once.
Fool me once, fool me twice.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
I can't go off of your emotions.
I get it, but if
I can't go off of you feel like this one way and you just cut me off. If you my brother, I'm gonna tell you, man. Listen. For instance, we're gonna use an analogy. Yo, I'm about to crash out, my nigga. Yo, look out for my shorties if something happen for me. You know what I'm saying? I might be gone for a minute, man. Yo, this is over here if you need me or whatever. Talk to me. Don't just.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like I ain't nothing. Like damn, you mean tell me all this time we done talked and did? It's like I'm not nothing to you, bro. Like so that's where I got my feelings about that.
Yeah.
Then my kids asking me, what Uncle P you guys doing? Everybody else, with the podcast at y'all come to the podcast. I ain't got no answers.
Wow.
Because I'm still Team P. I'm still Team.
See, you have to convey that. Like I told him, like y'all have to convey that. I feel like that's the core of you guys not speaking because y'all don't know the details of every single thing. So that's why I was hoping that you did watch it.
I did,
but you didn't get to the details.
But I'm gonna be honest with
the answer that you wanted.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I watched it,
and that's why I say
and his answer wasn't for me because
a conversation. Yeah. I feel like he was genuine. Your answer is genuine as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like it don't have to be today. It don't have to be tomorrow. It don't have to be next week. Just pick one day out the week. Like, hey,
I mean, one day we might link it in, but we got to keep it.
That's on both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On both ends.
I don't like to play volleyball. I don't play tennis. I don't play volleyball. I don't tongue wrestle.
Right.
Like I'm not going, because you might go through some shit again, and then you do me like that again. I can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like, I told him this too. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm the little brother, and I'm just caught up in this tug of war, and I'm like, bro,
but I'm telling you, that's my guy. I'm telling you, he motivated me. I'm telling you this. Because I'm quite sure you're gonna watch, bro. I love you to death. I ain't got no animosity, no beef with you, no nothing. I'm just like you were stubborn in a way. I'm a little stubborn too. Yeah. Because we all you could have talked to me and said, "This is what's going on, Cash. We gonna chill for a minute." Whatever the case, you what they call it, blacklisted me or not? What they call you? Put you on red? You just ain't answered me, bro. That was all. And I'm your guy. But I love you to death, bro. No pain. We gonna link up and talk one day.
Please.
But I'm gonna do like you do, or on my time. And if you don't want to wait, then I'm sorry. You made me wait a year.
It's all right. People love you. Like I said, I would love to have you guys both on the show, man, and just clear the air for the audience and for the viewers and for the listeners. But last question, bro. Mm-hmm. After all that transpired in your life, mm-hmm. what you feel like is the end game? Like the overall purpose? This whole thing of Stacy Cash. Man,
I just want to leave a legacy, man. If not, I know I touched a lot of lives in my life, man. I you know what? I dwell on that a lot. Like I've lit up a lot of rooms, and I know it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Like I told you with the crackhead
boy.
Like I'm telling you, I've been places and lit up places, so I know that he got me covered. My higher power got me covered,
Absolutely.
man. You know what I'm talking about? I know it's a reason for me to be here.
Absolutely.
That reason, and you know what? The end part of it all, like, I feel like I'm in a rush to do things.
Really?
Yeah, like the last couple years, I felt like a rush to do things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary because
Society will make you do that for sure.
no, it's just like on a spiritual level. This is real talk, bro. I be like you ain't got much time left type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like to put that out there like that.
Yeah, but you have to be realistic.
But I have to be realistic, you know. And I've been feeling like, you know, I need to.
Yeah.
It's something I got to do. Like it's something he want me to do. Something I need to do, or somebody I need to touch. It's something that needs to be done.
Yes.
Before I make the next move.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling like that. And it's sad because I think about my children. I say, like, damn, if that happens, then who gonna be there for who gonna be there? Da, 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 da. And it's like, nah, just prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying? That's why you prepare yourself to make sure that if something do happen to you, that your people's good. But I've been through so much in my life. The end game for me, that upper room, dog. Like and I'm serious. It's sad. I'm getting kind of like, because it's real though. Because you dealing with, you got health problems. I mean, nobody don't know what nobody going through, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Nobody. That's why I'm kind to everybody.
You don't know what people got going on.
What they got going.
Stress. You know, or it can just be your time. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't know the day nor the hour. But the last 2 years or so, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I went through that money like that. I feel like I got something to do. And I be thinking about how they said Pac was here and how he was doing, just felt like a lot of people just felt like.
Definitely.
I'm not trying to say I'm like that or anything like that, but I can honestly say the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been feeling like I got something that I need to do before it's too late.
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the streets. I'm not out here wilding and thinking of nothing like that. It's just shit. It can be anything. You know what I mean? But I just want to leave my kids with my laughs. I want to leave my wife. I want to leave memory. I want to leave you. I was chilling with that nigga, man. Funny, cool ass dude. You know what I'm saying? I believe that lasts more than anything.
Always.
Because sometimes I have glitches of people I be thinking about, and I laugh about moments in life and certain people, and they might not even be here no more, but I brought them back in existence just from thinking of the time that we had, that moment that we shared, you know, that time, you know what I mean?
Good, you making a great point right now, because this is what I'm stuck on, truly. A lot of people, including myself, I've done this as well. When it comes down to, what is that? People waiting for something to happen for them to do something. Before you get pushed and convinced, like, okay, now I'm convinced I have to do this now. No, why are you waiting till something dramatic to happen for you to, you know, wake up? Actually to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Versus what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Not to cut you off,
but
some
people don't have that. Some people scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some got to wake people up. Sometimes you got.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you need that.
Sometimes some got to go through you to wake you up. And I want to say, you know, I've never been the way I feel now at 48. I've never feared not being here as much as I did when I was out there running the streets. So it could have been killed any minute.
Wow.
Could have been dead any day. We didn't care. We was YNs. Like for real.
Yeah.
We didn't care. Man, I'm hanging with serial killers. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that to make it sound cool, but you hang with people you don't shot 2, 3, 4 people, kill people. It's your homeboys.
Yeah.
You know, you doing shit you ain't supposed to do. Come on, you living life recklessly, and you keep getting. You're here for a purpose. If you've been through all that and you here now, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm not doing that more. I'm here now, right? And then now here I am. Like I said, I had pre-diabetic. My feet was swelling up. I'm older, and health issue. I'm more afraid now than I was when I was out here a bullet away.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm like, damn, I gotta teach my kids how to
Yeah,
play
it's like you're
basketball.
scrambling.
I'm trying to teach this music. I'm trying to put this
quick.
music. I'm trying to show them who
You
I
can't
am.
move like
I want them to right. And I'm telling you, doing that, I start stressing. I started looking at my face. I start getting more gray.
Creating stress.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And but something telling me that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Something's making me move like that, and it's stressful. That's why I blew through so much money in the last year, bro. Because I'm trying to, and it wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I had to stop and say, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So and then that's when I came up with the assumption. Well, maybe telling me something. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, this is real spill.
Definitely.
So I take this time more to talk to my children more, spend more time with them, kiss my wife more, do things more, stop yelling so much in the house, you know, more. Maybe that's what it is. You know, stop trying to do so much at one time. You know,
that.
so you know, but yeah, the end game for me, man, is just making sure my family's straight, man, and not try to be forgotten. You know, because I believe when you forgotten, bro, like you put so much work in and nobody care about you or nobody remember you.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of T-shirts. I right now I got a bunch of memory, you know, funeral, you know.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, bro. Nobody. I was thinking when you got a box. I was going through my garage and I had these boxes. I was trying to show my kids all my old raps and all these old stuff I had. I had a box I had for years.
Wow.
Everybody got a box like that. You know, shit.
Yeah.
I've said to myself, something happened to me, nobody don't care about this fucking box. That's my dad's stuff.
Wow.
Toss that shit. Because I've drove past houses and I've seen garbage out. You know how people look through the trash and I see pictures of Polaroids and pictures of in the garbage. This was people. This was family. In these pictures, they had moments in life and some of them just threw it away. And so people have kept these shit for so long and now they just trashed them. That's how people do.
Yeah.
People, you know, memories of people. So when I laugh or I try to crack a joke, I try to make that everlasting to you. You know, that's what you're doing too much. What you want me to do less?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
You're
real.
doing too much.
My wake-up call was, I mean, for everybody in the world that was watching when this happened, when the Kobe thing happened, man. Like, my dad called me, he was like, bro, whatever you want to do in life, you better do it now. Because you not exempt from...
No.
Nobody is exempt from, you know, just passing away like that.
Man.
And I'm like, God.
And you seen it too.
That's crazy.
Dropping. And then where you go there? What? So let me ask you this. Well, and it's funny because I've been Googling shit I never Googled before.
Oh,
I'm going on YouTube. I'm serious.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to get into depth about it, but to the point where I'm like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? As long as I do right and do what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
You know, I believe that I'm blessed. I believe I ain't did. Because there's a lot of shit I could have been doing or could be doing that I used to do. There's a lot of things that I don't do that I used to do that I would never think of doing because I knew it wasn't right. Like my dad told me one time when I was hustling. My dad was an old school player. He's, you know, but he's got older though. He got a girlfriend. And his girlfriend used to get high, you know. My dad didn't ever get high. He was a hard worker. My dad was old school worker, man. But, you know, as you get older, he got him a younger girl, but she was getting high, but she was taking care of him. He loved her. So she's always getting herself in trouble.
Right.
And sometimes, you know, I think something got missing in mine, and I went over there. I was like, yo, Dad, you know, I know she took it. My dad broke it down to me and said, man, when y'all sell that stuff, y'all don't know how much that hurt me. He said, that hurt me. He said, because I love her, and now I have to go and try to make things right so nothing happen to her because of that stuff y'all out here selling, right?
Yeah.
My dad told me that I stopped.
Like abruptly?
Man, because what he said sounded so right. You know what I'm saying? It hurt people. You know, I grew up, man, my mama, man, I wish we had more time, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I
get
tell
more
you
depth
a
about
whole
it.
slew of stuff,
But
man.
what
But
you,
yeah, man, my end game is to make sure my family's good
Yeah.
and that you gonna be. That's why I put out my music. My music never gonna go nowhere. It's in YouTube unless the system break down and there's no more electricity or
Yeah.
power. You gonna always be able to
So-
YouTube Stacy Cash, Vendetta the Don,
So
and hear
in
something.
closing, like real quick, what you stuck on right now?
Shit, I'm stuck on this motherfucking couch. Now I'm stuck on. You wanna know what I'm really stuck on?
Yeah, or just hung up on not
I'm
necessarily
stuck
stuff.
on a movement. I'm stuck on the fact that people don't want to see you progress.
Wow.
I'm stuck on the fact that your own people want to see you not progress because maybe they didn't progress as fast as you progress, or they say that they don't see your vision.
Wow.
So you have to wait. I've been told, just wait your time. It's your time. It'll be your time. Nah. Why I gotta wait? Yo, my time ain't your time. My time is my time. I've been here 30 years. I've been here 20 years. That's you. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Wow.
I move different. You know? So some people don't want to see you advance because they didn't have the same mindset or the same motivation you got.
Definitely.
So that's what I'm stuck on in life right now, to be honest with you.
Man.
And that's real. And it be people that look like you. The worst.
That is so true.
It's the worst.
That
They
is
can't
so true.
understand you. This is what I meant when I say people, my peers,
Yeah.
fuck you. I'm not you.
Yeah.
You know? It's crazy because you can go around some other folks who don't look like you and they accept, embrace you.
Ain't that
Hey, great, Stacy, no problem.
Ain't that
Hey, I want you to meet Stacy.
It be strangers. Strangers, bro. But I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I
most
appreciate
definitely.
you for blessing us, man.
Man,
You
already,
spread so
man.
much.
Man, most definitely.
God damn.
Yeah,
I
we have
appreciate
more
you,
time, man. You
I
know,
I need you back on the show.
and
Because you said I'm out.
I'm gonna start my own gig up soon. And
Are you really? Are you this official announcement? Or
not yet. But I'm watching what you're doing because
Okay.
you're doing the dolo. You see, we was.
yeah. I mean, I'm doing it with my.
Well, I mean,
my girl
we're
too.
interviewing
She a
them.
host.
So I'm just trying to get the concept on the interviews and how I want to do it. But I'm thinking about it. So when it does,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to you and we gonna figure it out. You
Okay.
Gonna,
So I'm gonna let you have the flow, man. Like, tell the people where you at, where they can follow
man.
you, and what you got going
I'm at
on.
so right now I'm on the production tip with music. You got Detta Beats.
Okay.
You got UTR, Under the Rock Entertainment. I'm from Rochester. I call it the Rock. I represent, even though we're in ATX. Then you got Sawdust Records, Sawdust Entertainment. I have a promotion company. What I really don't do too much promoting, but I have the company. I have a production company, and so I produce music. I make beats. That's what I do.
Okay.
I rhyme, I write, and I arrange. I still got bars. If you want some features, I could do that. But I'm trying to actually get with people and do music and learn more. I want to learn more. I want to learn the business more because I want to put my kids on. I want to put somebody on. That's the biggest thing I want to do. I want to put somebody on because I believe I got some jewels that I can let loose. You can catch me on TikTok. I'm at Stacy Cash 777, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm on Instagram. Vendetta.
Yeah,
Stacy Cash on Instagram. I don't really. Facebook to me is like personal, family stuff.
Personal, family,
So I just use Instagram and TikTok. I ain't on X. Every time I turn on X, I'm seeing some shit I ain't supposed to see. Yeah.
You on Threads? You don't got a Threads?
Nah.
You ain't on Threads?
On Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah.
It's
new.
Let me tell you something. I'm so.
It's new.
I don't know how to do none of that good stuff.
Snapchat.
Snapchat, not really. That's
use
for
Snapchat?
wifey to tell me she's somewhere. And show me a picture. I'm on YouTube, Instagram,
There you
and
go.
TikTok.
All right.
My TikTok is all right. You know what I mean? You want to get at me, hit me up, vendetta@yahoo.com. I'm an old school dude, Yahoo.
Yeah, Yahoo.
Vendetta@yahoo.com. You want to send me a message or go to Vendetta, Stacy Cash on Instagram or Stacy Cash 777 on TikTok.
Okay.
You know? And if you want to get my man, he can link up with me and we'll figure it out. and I'm gonna get you the music you need.
Please give me the music. I need that for the intro.
Man, I appreciate
and I
you,
appreciate you again showing up,
love is
man.
love, Crip blood.
Thank
I don't
y'all
know if I
for
can say
watching.
that in the same.
What?
Love is love, Crip blood.
Boy, last time you said the Yowzer thing. You said the Yowzer. I don't know.
Yowzer.
Yowzer, yeah. That's what I'm talking
You
about.
never heard that song? Come on. He'd be like, Yowzer, Yowzer, Yowzer. Don't worry about it.
Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening, tuning
Most
in.
definitely.
This is Stuck on This Podcast. We see y'all in the next one.
Got a feeling way deep in my heart. Let's go.
Let's go.
Got me on my way.
Boy, you're a fool.